Darth Vader's hunt for the Jedi was nearing its end. The Great Jedi Purge had wiped out almost all of his former comrades. Only a few survivors remained scattered across the galaxy, including one last target, An'ya Kuro, the Dark Woman. But this was no ordinary Jedi. What Vader would face wasn't just another opponent, it was the echo of a life he thought he had buried. And in the end, one question remains: did Vader truly win? Before the Empire, before the Dark Times, An'ya Kuro had made her mark within the Jedi Order. A Jedi Master who took detachment to an extreme, she gave up her name and identity, believing attachment was weakness. The Dark Woman, as she came to be known, was feared and mysterious, known for her brutal, unforgiving training methods. She trained some of the Order's best, like Ki-Adi-Mundi, and some of its worst, like Aurra Sing. Despite her harsh ways, the Dark Woman was deeply devoted to the light side of the Force. But the galaxy shifted. The Clone Wars came, and with the rise of the Galactic Empire, Emperor Palpatine declared the Jedi were traitors. Kuro did what any survivor would. She disappeared. On Kafrigan 5, she became a hermit, waiting for the darkness to come to her. For years, she remained hidden, safe, perhaps, but not free. Her isolation was shattered not by an Imperial officer, nor by an Inquisitor, but by one of the Emperor's most trusted agents, Mara Jade. As the Emperor's hand, Mara Jade was a deadly assassin, trained in rooting out Jedi survivors. When she located the Dark Woman, she wasn't given the honor of delivering the final blow. That task was reserved for someone else, Darth Vader himself. For Palpatine, there was no greater executioner of the Jedi than his Sith apprentice, and for Vader, this was a crucial step in erasing his past. Vader knew An'ya Kuro. She was more than just a Jedi to him. She was a symbol of the old ways, a reminder of the failures of his past, failures that haunted him even as he stood beside the Emperor. And now, the Emperor had given him the order to end the Dark Woman's life. But could it be that simple? Vader arrived on Kafrigan 5, a planet cloaked in greenery, where the Dark Woman had made her home. It was an odd setting for what was to come, a place of life where someone was about to die. And there she was, waiting for him, no lightsaber in her hand, no fear in her eyes. Their exchange wasn't one of rage or malice, it was cold, philosophical. Kuro spoke of cycles, of extinction and evolution, believing that the Jedi's fall was just one more stage in the galaxy's endless cycle. Vader dismissed her words as weakness. The Jedi had fallen, and it was the Sith who had risen to take their place. He had no interest in philosophy, only in power. Vader's crimson blade ignited, and Kuro's response was swift. Despite her age, she was fast, faster than Vader expected. She fought with precision, her movements graceful, almost poetic. For a moment, it seemed as though the Dark Woman might even gain the upper hand, but Vader, with his raw strength and relentless fury, overwhelmed her. As they battled, their surroundings began to crumble. A tree, toppled by the dark side, crashed down, pinning Kuro beneath its weight. She was trapped, defenseless, and in that instant, the duel was over. With a single stroke of his lightsaber, Vader ended her life, or so he thought. In that moment of death, Kuro transcended the physical realm, becoming one with the Force. Her body was gone, but her presence remained as a Force spirit, glowing faintly before the dark figure of Darth Vader. "Do you see now, Skywalker?" her voice echoed, not in defiance, but with a clarity that struck Vader deeper than any blade could. Her light, faint but unwavering, pierced through the darkness surrounding him. She reminded him that even the smallest flicker of light shines brightest when surrounded by darkness. For the first time in years, Vader hesitated. She didn't need to call him by his old name. She spoke to the man he had tried to bury, the remnants of the Jedi he had once been. But he refused to listen, striking at her apparition, the red of his saber carving through empty air. Her words carried more weight than her blade ever could. It wasn't her death that defined this duel, it was what she left behind. She had proven that the light within her would never truly die, not even at the hands of Darth Vader. And with that, she disappeared into the Force, leaving him alone once more, her words echoing in the silence. If you enjoyed this breakdown of one of the final Jedi Purge confrontations in Star Wars Legends, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on our next deep dive. And let me know in the comments, do you think Vader truly won this battle? Until next time, may the dark side be with you.